Hey there guys, and welcome back to Satisfactory. I'm Xterminator, and thank you for joining me. I'm super excited to be back here in episode 2, and we're right back where we left off. So our objectives today is to make a constructor, make a smelter, get a little bit of automation going hopefully, and then do some power as well. We already have that biomass generator we found last episode. It's kind of hidden back here, and we'll power that thing on. So first, let's go ahead and get some stuff being made here. So there is copper ingots. We should just make all of these because, again, remember, we can't do anything with the ore itself. So we're going to make these ingots, and then we also need to make some reinforced iron plate to actually make constructors and stuff. So to do that, there we go. To do that, we need some screws and some iron plate. Let's get some iron plate going. Just do all of them. I'll make an iron rod too, just for the heck of it. And we'll go up to our little portable miner up here, which should have accumulated quite a lot of iron, so we can get the rest. Little bit of a hiccup there. And there we go. So we have 87, which is pretty good. He's still chopping away at this, which is awesome. And I've healed up a little bit. I ate some of those berries I found before I started the episode, so I healed up a bit. There we go. Let's make some of this. And we need to make a bunch of screws too. So these things are made from the rods. Let's make a few rods here. And we can make a ton of screws from these. Remember, we get 6 per, which is awesome. So let's craft all that, and then we can make 1 reinforced thing. These take 4 plates each. They actually take a ton of stuff. And how much does this constructor take? 3. Okay, this actually doesn't take any. That just takes the wire. I suppose we'll craft a bit of here. Our inventory is actually getting fairly full, so we may want to dump some stuff into our storage. Okay, let's do a bunch of these, and then we should, hopefully once we get some automation going, this will roll a bit quicker here. Just craft like that many, and some iron rods again. And then some iron plate. And we need a bunch of screws here. Should be pretty simple, and there we go. So there's that. Now if we go into here and do our constructor, we have everything we need. We also have everything-ish for that. We don't quite have our iron rods, so just do a couple more of these because we want to build both, because you can't really do much in a constructor without the plate. So, it's not really what I wanted to make. We'll need those eventually, though. Okay, here's some birds. So we actually already built what is this? Equipment workshop. Portable miner, we could make more of those, but I really want a constructor and stuff first. Ooh, we have like a little target here for once we get a gun. Alright, let's go into our menu and let's build a smelter. So this is going to smelt the ore into ingots for us. So this thing is pretty big, and you can see there the input is the orange thing that goes into it, and then of course the output is what's coming out there on the green side. So I'm gonna set him up over here-ish. Maybe. Actually, let's turn it this way. Alright. I don't know. This is not very level ground. We may actually want to stick it here and just use some belts or something. Let's stick it like here. Let's move it over a bit closer. See if it levels out or if it's just kind of part of it's floating. Oh, hey, sweet. So he actually used levelers, which is awesome. Okay, so if we go in here, we need to configure this. So you actually need to tell it what to make. So this is kind of like an assembler in Factorio. So we're going to do iron, because obviously we put this near iron. 1 ore, 30 per minute. So this is going to take the ore. And this way, what we can do is if we go, we don't quite have like a miner that can put onto belts yet, but what we do have is this guy getting us a bunch of ore. Instead of us having to stand there at that workbench handcrafting it all, we can simply stick it in here. And it doesn't have power at the moment, but we will get power. There's some iron ore. So we need to do some power. Let's head back over here to our little workstation, and let's do some biomass that we can get from these leaves. So I'm just going to make a ton of it. There we go. And if we go throw this into our little power thing here, let's throw in the leaves. So there's different modes here. There's standby, and then there's like off. So standby, but there's no connection currently. So if we take a power thing, this is actually really cool how you can do this. So we actually need concrete, which... Can I do something with concrete yet? We can't even make concrete, can we? Remind me again what this unlocks. This actually doesn't... Didn't we already? We already unlocked concrete. So... Where is... I wonder if the concrete is in a constructor, potentially. Let's set him up and prep over here. Try to... Let's see. What's snap to grid, hold control. There we go. So that should line up. That should be in line with that, which it looks like it is. So if we go into here, okay, so this is how we're going to make concrete. So we select the recipe, and I'm going to stick in some limestone, which we have here. So I'm just going to split it in half and stick that in there. Now, of course, there's no power. So how are we supposed to do this? I have a power pole. Build constructors, build power poles to extend your power grid, expand your production. Maybe. So we actually need concrete first. Oh, I can't actually make it here. I'm just blind. I'm like so excited about stuff. I'm not even paying attention. Okay, so then if we go power, we can make several power poles. So what we can do, we're probably going to need one of these, maybe. Let's take... So this is our power connecty thing. So if we do this, let's see if this will just reach. So this actually will reach here without a power line, which is really nice. So there we go. So he's now powered, theoretically. You can see he's hooked in. And this is on standby, so if we turn this on, you can see he's now making concrete. And these animations are so cool, guys. If I hop up here. See, he's making concrete, and it would spit it out here if we had some transport belt, but we can just grab it from here as well. And then let's actually take this, and you can connect from like one power thing to another in some cases. Some things can only have a certain amount of connections. Okay, so it looks like we do need a power line for that. Let's stick one like kind of midway here. And then do this, and you should be able to connect to here. Apparently you can't connect more lines to this connector. Okay, so what we need to do then actually is snap to grid, close. How do we, let's see. We actually want to disconnect this. Can't connect more lines, I know, game, but I want to unconnect it. Let's see, if we... Power line... Because what I need to do is actually connect this pole to over here, and then connect, so let's see, build, rotate, return to build menu, snap to guideline, close. But how do I actually remove a power line? Okay, well, option number 2, maybe we actually take this, this thing, or F would actually do it, I think. There we go. I'm getting used to all my tools. Okay, so F is like this deconstructor. I'm not used to having a dedicated deconstruction tool. Okay, so if we take this, and then we go from here to there, and then we go from here to there, that should power them both on. And you can see this guy's generating some smoke. He's doing his smelting business here. Stuff is going in, and he's making us some iron ingots. So we now have our first step of automation. So let's run over here and see what we gotta make. So to upgrade this, okay, so we've made power poles, expand production to upgrade faster, build constructors to automate production. Okay, so this thing needs a ton of iron plates, a ton of this cable, concrete, and 2 of these reinforced iron plates. So we can make 1 reinforced iron plate. We need a few more screws and stuff. So let's do that. Let's make some cable. I know we needed quite a bit of cable for that upgrade. Let's do that. Okay, so if we can pre-stick some of this in here. So if we shift left click, that'll go in there. Stick 2 of those in there. Stick 10 of those in there. And then all we need is this plate. So what we can actually do is change this up a little bit. We don't need this to be concrete anymore. So we take this out and we go to recipes and tell him to make iron plate. So then now, if we stick in ingots, which we should be getting from here, we have quite a few, which is awesome. So stick these in here, and this thing will now do this for us. It's actually a fair bit slower, it looks like, than if I were to do it by hand. Kind of, again, similar to Factorio, where the initial machines are a bit slower, but the fact that it's automated helps a ton. So let's just grab some of these ourselves as well and go do some more. And then I'm going to run over to the copper. What I'm going to actually try to do here is, yeah, this is like way faster. Let's actually run over to this guy, and I'm going to see if I can make another portable miner, which we can. There we go. And I'm going to run over to the copper over here, and then we can get that guy going just so when we need copper, it's already being mined, which will be awesome. Alright. Q. Let's see. Where was it? The copper was up here, wasn't it? I forget how to get my scanner. I don't remember what the button is to the scanner. I'm looking down there. I don't see it. Alright, so here's the copper. Let's, stick this guy down. Some normal ore, that's fine. He'll just kind of go continuously. Let him get set up. Oh, I love watching this. I can watch this animation every time. And, wow, he already has that many. I mean, he goes quite fast. So we'll just sit here for a minute. Let's see, if we stick that there, we can figure, I'm still trying to figure out how to actually get stuff onto our hotbar here. Alright. Take some more of that, because we're going to need quite a bit of copper. Alright, grab one more set. Kind of want to do some exploring. This area over here looks super cool. And again, I'm trying to keep my eyes out for some of these berries because I saved 2 just in case. Ooh, what's it? Oh dear. I don't think I want to walk over there. Those look dangerous. Looks like some sort of gas that I do not want to mess with. Continue grabbing some leaves just because we're going to need that for our biomass stuff. Oh my gosh. Every time I see those, it makes me so nervous. I'll go hide in these trees over here. Factory's coming along pretty nice. We have a pretty well flattened out area over here actually, which is really good. Okay. So what do we need for this? We needed the plate. Let's get some of these copper ingots being made here just so we have them. And then hopefully we should have quite a bit of plate built up in that constructor. Alright, make all of these guys. We can make a ton of wire now. Looks like he's stopped, which would indicate he's probably out of stuff. We have 17 plate, which is not very much. This has 40 of that. Let's grab some more ore, which this should have. In fact, he's stopped because he's probably backed up is what it looks like. Yeah, so he's just going to continue working there. What the heck? Okay. Some phenomenon happened there. Alright, so we're going to stick the ore back in here. And again, we can't quite make belts yet, unfortunately. We don't have that available quite yet. So we built actually everything we can build at the moment. We could add even more of these if we wanted to, which I may want to do. Okay, I'm going to stick the rest of these in here. Alright. So our biomass thing is burning, which is awesome. So this thing... Yeah, it's a 2-to-1. No wonder we didn't get very much. So to actually complete this, we need 150 of these ingots. I'm actually tempted. Make another smelter. We basically just need some more rods. Of course, I don't have. So kind of like Factorio, again, I'm comparing it because it's very, very similar. Kind of like Factorio, you just do a bit of running around at the start. I mean, keep in mind, we're only like 40 minutes into this, which isn't too far. We already have some automation, which is awesome. So, make some of that. So we should have enough now to make this guy, another smelter. That's actually what we actually need more of these, simply because that takes so much. So if I control, hold control, snap to grid, hello? It's not really snapping. Okay, so that's snapping that way. It doesn't snap this way, apparently. We'll just kind of, let's see, maybe if I face it like this, it will. There we go. You can see that line kind of going through the middle. And there we go. They're now lined up. I probably could have put them closer, but leaving this space here just kind of nice to let things run through and route belts later on. So let's take that. This guy we can configure. To grab some more ore here. Already back up to 50, which is awesome. We're gonna need some power, of course. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I don't want to put the finished things in there. Okay, so connecting power. So you can't really connect from one to the other. You can't connect here. So each power line can have 4 connections to it. You can see how that worked. It said 3 out of 4. So this guy is smelting some stuff, which is awesome. Let's grab the rest of this. And that hopefully should be enough to finish this up. I grabbed quite a lot. Yeah, we have 25 of this. And then that guy goes in there. And we're up to 50, so that should be pretty good. I kind of want to explore a little bit, guys, while that waits. Hopefully not die. Ooh, that's a colorful flower. Can we pick it? Pale berry. Is this edible? Can be eaten to restore 1 health segment. Okay, so this is actually better than those other berries because the other ones only restored half a segment each. Oh, guys, this is a cave, I think. Probably gonna die. Oh my gosh, what is that? Those mushrooms, or is that ore? I'm like super nervous. I don't know what kind of stuff is in here. What is this? Okay. Those will look kind of gross, but... and then these. Biomass burners, oh, they can use it for power. Interesting. We're burning mushrooms, guys. Alright. Pick all these. Oh, this is so cool. I don't know if there's fall damage. I'm not gonna experiment with that. On purpose, at least. I almost just fell off. Yeah, I don't know what kind of enemies are in here. The little, like the smallest little dudes that were guarding the patches almost killed us, so I'm not sure I really want to venture in here and find out what may be lurking down there. Oh, is that those no, that's like looks like some sort of ore. That looks different. I don't know, maybe it is that. I think it is those. Because the tops are red. Wow. That is awesome. So I'm not sure. I think it does become nighttime. Oh, jeez! Hello! That guy was ambushing me. He saw me go in the cave and he just waited. Oh my gosh. Sneaky little bugger. Let's check our biomass burner while we're over here. Make sure it has enough stuff. We don't want to run out of power. Oh, it's cranking good. Alright. Let's grab these plates out of here. So we have 32, which is more than enough. We only needed 75. In fact, though, let me grab this. I actually, for some reason, like shift. Like when I shift click, it doesn't do it the first time. Maybe my keyboard or something in the game, so it's almost easier for me to drag it. right click splits it. I'm gonna put half in here and save half just in case we need them for rods or something. Okay, so let's go over here, stick this in. And there we go. So it only put in what it needed, and we're gonna upgrade. Oh man, we got all kind of stuff. We can now climb up on here, guys. Check this out.
Congratulations. You have unlocked new buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively. 8th objective. Hub upgrade, additional power. Advice. When planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts. Caution. Overloading the power network guarantees suboptimal performance.
Alright, so consumption here, you can see. Production. These are just the lines, so it's kind of all here. Now, I'm not sure what the actual... So this is 20 megawatts. Or how much this machine consumes. 20 megawatts, I guess. So I can't tell exactly. I guess if it hits this bar or something. Capacity 20 megawatts. I didn't look at the power consumption of these things. So 4 megawatts plus 4, so we have 12 so far because we have 2 smelters. So power logistics, we can now make conveyor belt pole. You can use connection, you can adjust the height. Conveyor belts themselves. Foundations, so we can now build these foundations, provide the flat floor to build your factory on. So again, we can actually flatten out land if we want. And then ramps as well, either for vehicles or you. And then some walls as well. Building multi-floor structures, or to keep all the baddies out, potentially. Okay, so let's make some belts, guys. So it looks like my hotbar is actually more just like a reference, kind of like they just changed in Factorio to build things. Like I don't think I can actually put items on there, and I still don't remember what my scanner key is. I don't need it quite yet. Okay, so upgrade. So basically, like this is a lot of stuff, guys, because currently we can go up to like tier 3, I think, in this current alpha version, and then once it's in early access, I think you can go to tier 6. Don't quote me on that part though, I'm not entirely sure, but you can see how much we've unlocked already just in tier 0. So this next upgrade gets us more inventory slots, a storage container, and then a miner, an automated miner. And then this last one gets us a biomass generator and a space elevator. So let's go ahead. Ooh, we got like a backdrop to this now too. Okay, so what do we need then to make belts? Logistics. So belts are going to take a bunch of these. Conveyor belt must... Okay, so this is a type of thing where you don't actually make them individually. You kind of just drag out what you need. So let's grab these plates. Hello. Stick that in there. So now if we do belts, so now we can actually just belt this straight to here. And it just builds it. Boom. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's fast. Oh, my goodness. Let's go grab some ore, and we can actually see this thing in action. It's pretty cool. Thank you for the ore, Mr. Miner. Stick this in here. Boom. And it's going to spit out the plate, or the ingots. Isn't that neat? And then we could spit out this, whatever this is making. So we could put this, like, into another constructor to make something else, like the reinforced iron things or whatever. And then this thing, we don't actually have conveyor connectors yet, so I don't think... Yeah, I can't actually connect this to here yet. But in some cases, this will automatically put, like, one of those stands you can see, depending how I'm doing it. So I could, like, route this underneath. This thing I'm actually gonna do... I'm gonna reconfigure this to make copper for right now. Oh, we already did the copper. Okay, well, you'll just make iron too then. I actually don't have anything for this to go into. We need another constructor is what we need. Production. Constructor, we need some of this reinforced stuff. So let's change this to be screws. So see, this is where it gets a little, where you really have to think logistically, because to make these screws, we actually need rods, but currently all we're feeding into here is ingots. So it doesn't work quite as well to just reconfigure these on the spot. Let's think here for a second. We can change it to rods though, because those do require the ingots. So we'll let that go, and I think this is a good place to stop this episode, guys. We got done pretty much what we wanted. We connect this stuff up. We upgraded the hub again, which is awesome. And next episode, we're going to start getting a lot more automation going with belts and multiple constructors and stuff. I'm going to figure out the key again for my scanner tool. Sometimes I just randomly forget hotkeys. So we have all these rods, which is pretty awesome. And then once we do that, we can make some screws. So like I could change this right now to screws and stick rods in there. So this will just stop sending in the ingots, which is nice. It won't contaminate itself. It'll just stop sending in the ingots if you change the recipe to something that doesn't require ingots. And this thing's making that, so we can make 90 of these per minute. And then we needed some, oh, I forget what all we needed for that, but we need quite a few of these screws, at least for the reinforced iron. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and are looking forward to more. I certainly am. This is just super exciting. I'm going to play the heck out of this game once it's in fully early access and stuff. Things are a little messy here, but we'll clean all this up. It's always messy at the beginning. Anyway, if you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like. Any thoughts, questions, etc., leave down below in the comments. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.